What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here, you can call me Irish, and today you're going to be watching some Grand Theft Auto 5, and it will be me trying to break into Fort Zancudo to, first off, steal the C-130 gunship thing. Well, it's not a gunship, otherwise it'd be an AC-130. Yeah, but I'm trying to steal that, and then afterwards, once that goes the way it goes, then I try and break in and get one of the jets, and both of these are the first time that I've done it, so you're seeing it for the first time. But I'm not doing it live because I've got an actual topic today, and that is the fact that IGN's review of GTA 5 was nothing short of a disgrace, and while the game is brilliant and lots of fun, it is by no means a perfect game, and it should not be seen to be one, because that, in my opinion, is pretty much false advertising. Like, people are going to be expecting to get this flawless, perfect game that has no problems whatsoever, and it's just not that. So first off, I'm going to preface this by saying, one of the reasons that I'm annoyed by the game having these problems is, if you remember, it was initially meant to come out in, like, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, like, March or something like that, and then they pushed it back to September. And that, naturally, you would assume the reason was because they wanted to polish it up, they wanted to get everything right, and not have any crappy, stupid bugs or glitches or mistakes in the game. But there just is. Like, I'm gonna start off with the thing that I noticed right off the bat when I first started playing the game on release night in my friend's house. The police are ridiculously overpowered. Now, that is subjective, I understand that. And I have, after playing it longer now, I've played it pretty much every day since it's come out, for hours on end, so I do have more experience with it now. I do know that there is ways of avoiding them, but if you don't avoid them, or if you can't avoid them, if you're not talented enough, say if you're a kid just trying to enjoy the game and you get a wanted level or something like that, they are almost impossible to lose. Like, sometimes even me, like, if I'm not concentrating perfectly, I will just get rammed straight off the road. What happens is, if you don't know, if you don't have the game yet, if you haven't played it yet, the police, when they're chasing you, the system, the wanted system has been redone. So basically, instead of being wanted and then you can just, like, lose them if you go outside the circle in GTA 5, now you're wanted until you lose them, but then you stay wanted for like a good 2 or 3 minutes afterwards. And they have like a little cone of view, which if you fall into, you are, sorry about that, the Sony Vegas froze a little bit. Yeah, if you can avoid their little cone of view thing for long enough, and it is a long time, it's about, as I said, 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes, it goes on forever, it feels like. Then you eventually lose them. But if you are wanted, and if you are in a high-speed chase, what they do is, they do this thing like where they'll chase you for a bit, and then every now and again, like every couple of seconds or whatever, you'll just get like this big, like, as if there's like 2 magnets on the rear of your car and on the front of the police car, and they will just suck up into you and smash into the back of your car. And it won't just like nudge you, it will literally, like, within the game's code, it seems to be made to push you off the track, or to push you off your course and push you sideways. They will pull in front of you and they'll just like ram you into walls and stuff like that. When they're coming head on at you, they are like a mirror image. Like, you cannot swerve around them, like, unless, well, you can, but like, it's not very common that it happens. Most of the time, they like perform a mirror image of where you're trying to swerve around them, and you just end up crashing in head on. Again, there's always ways of getting around it if you're skilled enough and if you're paying enough attention and if you're a good enough driver in the game, particularly if you're Franklin. Now, Franklin's special ability basically turns them into, like, brainless morons. Like, they become awful. Like, Franklin's special ability now, if you're driving as Franklin, you don't really have to worry about it so much. You can just hit his special ability. And as far as the ramming thing from behind, I found if you just kind of swerve just as they're about to ram you, that works and they don't ram you. But overall, just in the actual balance of them, I feel like they're overpowered and they can be toned down a little bit. What else was there? There is the car spawning. Okay, I put up a video now, it's got almost 2,000 views, that said how to find a Futo. It works every time, because for me, and in my game, it works every time. But for some reason, the car spawning it doesn't make any sense. And if you're watching the video there, I hope it's the right time that I'm saying this. Both the engines cut out in the C-130 and I just glided towards the ground. It was crazy. So yeah, but the car spawning is completely broken. You'll be driving along a set of traffic lights, and I'll go back to the Futo point in a second actually. You'll be driving along a set of traffic lights, and you will see like 6 of the same car in a row. And then you'll come to the next traffic lights and it'll be like, then they'll be like kind of mixed and matched. And then you come to another set of traffic lights and it'll be 6 of a different car in a row. Like, they just, some cars are nearly impossible to find, whereas other cars are like literally just overly abundant, like they're just everywhere. So like that, they have to do something about the vehicle spawning. Like, at least I was talking to my mate Tom about this last night, and he said he doesn't think it's much, like there's much difference between that and or GTA 5 and GTA 4. And to my memory, I never ever noticed in GTA 4, like seeing like a big repetition of cars like one after the other. Maybe you'd see 2, 3 maximum like in a row at a set of traffic lights. But like with GTA 5, I've noticed that I've come like and seen as many as like 6, 7, 8 of the same car in a row at a traffic light. And it's just nonsense. It's not realistic. It doesn't make any sense. It's clearly not on purpose. They cannot possibly be telling me that they're doing it on purpose. But going back to the point about the Futo, not only is the spawning random and just completely all over the place, it seems to be completely random all over the place for everyone. Some people are able to find the Nissan GTR / Toyota AE86 thing, no problem. I still to this day have not seen one. Some people are able to find a Futo, like no problem. Other people like me had to get to a certain stage, they had to go to a certain part of the map, and then other people that still haven't, like I'm still getting comments on that video with people telling me that they've completed the game, they've been everywhere, the entire map's unlocked, and I still have not seen a single one. So something about the car spawn, and something about what they designated as rare cars, or what they shouldn't, like what the spawn rate for certain cars should be, and where they spawn and how they spawn, and what car you have to be in for the car that you're looking for to spawn and stuff like that. It's not working. It's not working the way it should be, and it's just not. I want, like, I keep wanting. You initially think, oh yeah, well they'll put a patch in, or like there'll be a patch soon enough, but like we waited like an extra like 6 months or something like that. I can't remember, like February, I think, or February or March was when it was meant to come out again, and they put it back till September. Like, we waited all this time assuming that it'd be a perfect game coming out, and in my eyes it just isn't. Again, I'm not bashing on it. I've played the game for hours on end every single day since it's come out, but it doesn't change the fact that it's not working. Another thing is the guns are slightly overpowered. Like, I've gotten like two shots and I was dead before in a police shootout. Sorry. So I would like them to tone down. If the damage for guns is at like 100%, so like 4 shots does 25% damage or something like that, I'd like to see them take it down like another like 10% or something like that, just so you had some kind of chance of escaping. Like, it doesn't really feel like maybe the change is different, but to me it just doesn't feel like it's as good as it could be. The last thing I'll say is that these are my reasons for being so disgusted with the IGN review. It was clearly paid. It was clearly not like an actual review. They basically just blew smoke up Rockstar's arses, just completely, oh, the game is excellent, the game of the year, blah blah blah, perfect, absolutely flawless, 10 out of 10, and it's just not true. They didn't give it a full review, they didn't give it any negative points, they didn't do a pros and cons list or anything like that, from what I've seen at least, and that's not good, like, journalism or whatever. So there you have it. There's my not my review of the game, because that wouldn't be fair, because it is a great game and I didn't talk about any of its great points, but there's some of the things that I think are wrong with it. Sorry for going on so long after the video. Sorry about that. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.